Picture this, a lizard-like creature walking around proudly on 4 legs. Then millions of years later, its descendant is sliding around like a slippery noodle. So did snakes lose their legs in a tragic accident? A bad contract? Or did evolution just say, yeah, we're gonna patch that out in the next update? Snakes today are basically nature's slithering ninjas, silent, flexible, and strangely elegant. But they didn't start out that way. Once upon a time, their ancestors had legs, toes, and probably terrible balance. And their journey from walk mode to wiggle mode is one of the funniest success stories in evolution. Scientists think snakes evolved from lizard-like ancestors around 100 to 150 million years ago. Imagine something like a long lizard trying to squeeze into tiny holes, narrow burrows, and cramped underground spaces. At some point, evolution probably looked at it and said, "Buddy, those legs are more of a liability than a feature." Here's where natural selection comes in. But think of it like corporate downsizing. Over generations, snakes with slightly shorter legs had an easier time moving through tight spaces. They got stuck less, escaped predators faster, and caught prey more smoothly. Meanwhile, the longer-legged snakes were like, "Help, I'm wedged in a hole." So the short-legged ones survived more and passed on their genes. As the legs shrank, the rest of the body got an upgrade. Snakes became longer, bendier, and more muscular. Their spine gained more vertebrae, like extra segments in a flexible straw. Eventually, legs weren't just unnecessary, they were basically useless accessories. And this isn't just a funny story, scientists actually have proof. Some modern snakes like boas and pythons still have tiny pelvic spurs near their tails. They're basically the evolutionary equivalent of leftover buttons on a shirt that used to have sleeves. Fossils of ancient snake-like creatures also show partially developed limbs. So evolution didn't flip a switch, it slowly phased legs out like a bad feature update. Losing legs turned out to be a brilliant strategy. Snakes became expert ambush predators, sliding into burrows, sneaking up on prey, and moving silently through grass. What looked like a downgrade was actually a major upgrade. So snakes didn't lose their legs because they were clumsy or unlucky. They lost them because being legless made them better survivors. In other words, evolution didn't take their legs. It just gave them a better way to move.